Hiya, today we are chatting to you from our apartment in Mazatlan, Mexico. We have been here since November 2019 and it is now January 2021. So we reckoned it was about time we gave you a tour of the place.
So what exactly did we rent? We've got a fully furnished one-bedroom apartment, and included with that rent is our internet, tap water, and cable TV. And there's a couple quirks with the TV, and we'll promise we'll show you those on the tour. We also have a washer and dryer up on the roof, and we'll take you up on the roof and show you the views from up there. You're probably wondering how much we pay, and that's all part of this video here. You'll see what we're getting, and we'll tell you later on in the video exactly how much we pay for rent.
So come on the grand tour with us and we'll show you just how much we get for how little right here in Mazatlan. So we reckon what better way to actually start a tour of the apartment than to start at the outside and let you see what the outside of the building looks like. So this is our building and we are the apartment on the first floor there. And as you can see, there's also two garages. So if we did have a car or any kind of transportation, there would be somewhere to put it, but we don't need the garage. So we'll head inside and give you a tour of the inside now.
Here begins the tour of our humble apartment. Let's see, this is the door out to the hallway. So this is our front door. We walk in here, and it's the only door. Yeah, that's it. So we have our dining room table right here, and we've got our living room, and we'll kind of focus a little bit more on all of this in a bit. But from here we'll turn and we see the kitchen, and take a little tour of the kitchen. Got everything that we need here. Nice kettle. Let's see, there was a blender that was left by the previous tenants, microwave, and we got our gas oven here, gas stove. My only complaint with this is that it's not the most efficient thing. There's no thermostat in here, so even though we can, very easily cook, bake whatever we need in here, the gas just kind of stays on. It doesn't shut itself off at all once it reaches temperature. So, it's still a very functioning thing. It works well and it suits our needs. Let's see, what else? Well, I guess that's it for the kitchen. We mentioned our TV, and the quirk with the TV. From where I'm sitting just seems a little bit high. It's kind of right up against the wall, or the ceiling there.
Yeah, it's kind of a standard place that they seem to put televisions in Mexico and Central America. They like to just, whether you're staying in a hotel or anywhere, they like to put the television way up by the ceiling. And some hotels, they put the television in a cage, so it can't be nicked. But yeah, it's weird because it's not terribly comfortable to sit and watch television. You get like a creak in your neck because you're constantly staring up at the ceiling. Yeah, it's kind of a big reason why we really don't watch television too much, because it's just not very comfortable. It's not very practical. So
the living room is, we have two couches here, a love seat. We've got a bigger couch for sitting down and watching TV. And let's see, just plenty of sunlight coming in. It's a very nice light and airy place when the windows are open.
Yeah, it's probably one of the first things that we noticed about this apartment when we came to look at it for the first time was when the previous tenants, when they opened the door, just how bright it was. It was really just lovely and bright in here.
That's not our balcony. We wish it was. I mean, that's a great balcony, but that's our neighbor there.
That's probably the only thing that the apartment lacks is balcony.
Exactly.
It would be absolutely perfect if we had a balcony. And unfortunately it doesn't, but I mean, sure, it's grand, but yeah, the balcony would be nice.
Yeah, and this balcony right here, you could do a 3-point turn in the car. I mean, this thing is huge, and our neighbor never uses this balcony right here. I mean, look at that thing. All right, so we turn around and...
we have balcony envy.
Yeah, we do. So there's another view out of another one of our windows, and it's kind of a setting sun here right now, but so here's our living room. There's our kitchen. There's our dining room right there. Our door, our only door. We'll go into the bathroom next, and there's definitely a feature in the bathroom that I know Fiona wants to talk about, and you'll, for anyone who's not familiar with traveling in this part of the world, they're definitely going to want to see this. Go ahead, do it.
Alright, so this is probably the highlight of the entire apartment, if you want to call it a highlight. This is what's commonly known as a suicide shower. For most people, it would probably strike terror into them, because most people know that water and electricity don't really go together. I mean, they have like the wires taped off. It's not like, you know, just wires and electricity. There is electrical tape on the wires. But still, for most people, this will be fairly terrifying. But for an Irish person who grew up with an immersion is what really strikes fear and terror into any Irish person's heart. Because that's where you have to, in order to get hot water, you have to flick some switches, wait an hour, and then you get hot water. But the problem is, if you don't turn the immersion off, then you're in a whole world of trouble with your parents. And with the bill that's going to be coming through the door. So yeah, an immersion is terrifying to an Irish person, way more than a suicide shower. But yeah, these suicide showers they're really common in Central America. Not so much in Mexico. I think this is probably one of the first we've actually encountered.
Yeah, we've been to all but 3 states in Mexico, and this is the first time we've ever seen an electric shower. They feature pretty heavily in Central America, but in Mexico, this is the first time we've ever seen one. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, you're touching these handles right here, and you're standing there in the shower with water coming out of this electric apparatus right here.
It's the trifecta. You've got metal, water, and electricity. It's brilliant.
Well, first of all, how this works is there's some kind of element in here that heats the water up as it's passing through. So you just have ambient, room temperature water coming through here, and it goes through a series of something in here that heats it up, and it delivers just hot water as you're standing here. It all happens right here. So as long, in theory, as long as you have electricity, you're going to have as much hot water as you need. There's no hot water tank that is, has to catch up with the demand. As long as there's electricity, you're gonna have all the hot water you want coming out of here. So it's pretty efficient.
It's instant hot water. It's like you don't have to wait an hour for the immersion to heat up. Irish people are going to be fascinated by this. They would trade a suicide shower any day for the immersion.
We're gonna move into the bedroom right now. And let's see, there's actually 2 beds in here. There's our bed, and there's another bed in here, a single bed. There's plenty of closets right here, closet space right here, and
built-in presses.
Built-in presses, also an Irish thing, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's another TV, and
also close to the ceiling.
Yeah, and there's a laundry line. I mean, pay no attention to this laundry line right here.
Yeah, that was us. We put that up.
Yeah, that's our own quirk. But anyway, so here's another TV that, all right, let's say you were sleeping in this bed, right? There's the head of the bed right there. Where's the TV? That's right behind you. So let's say you're sleeping in our bed now, or you're laying in our bed rather, and you want to watch TV. Where is it? Well, it's kind of at an awkward angle. Not only is it up against the ceiling, but it's just kind of at an awkward angle, so you can't see it. And we figure that the best place to see this TV, and we've done this too, is while we're out here eating dinner.
From the doorway.
Yeah. As we're out here sitting down eating dinner at the counter, man, we could watch one show right there on that TV, or we could watch one show on this TV right here. So this is kind of, it's an odd place. It's almost like an afterthought to put a TV. But
if you spin around, I was like, there's no space there to put anything really.
It just.
So that's where you could potentially put like maybe a chair.
It's just a very odd place to put a television, so. But we've watched
We have 2 flat screen televisions.
That's right. Mounted on the wall. And let's see, from this angle, we'll turn around and we'll show you how much room we have in here. And there's a fan and our air conditioning unit. But right now, we've had this thing off for months now just because
Temperatures are just perfect.
It's perfect right now. We could just keep the windows open throughout the night and during the day, but cools down the whole apartment. And what we do in the summertime is when this is on, take this fan right here and we'll stick it right in the doorway right here, and it'll just kind of grab cold air from this room and it just shoots it out into the rest of the apartment. And this one unit right here, this one AC unit, is definitely enough to cool down the whole apartment. So it's pretty nice, you know. And we're getting this all for the cable, the internet, the water from the taps. We're going to get a little bit more in depth about the water in Mexico. We'll link to that video down below. But we're getting the water, the internet, and the cable, and this apartment, which you've just seen, all for $350 a month. That's 7,000 pesos.
175 quid each.
$175 each per month. It's a pretty good deal. So we're glad we were able to share this with you.
No, we're just really happy that we took this place over a year ago. Couldn't have made a better choice. It's a perfect choice, and we've just been really happy here. It's a great little apartment, it really is. All right, as promised, we said we'd give you a rooftop tour, and here we are up on the roof. Directly in front there, that hill is known as El Faro. It actually has a lighthouse on top of it, and it's a well-known landmark here in Mazatlan. This hill with the radio towers is known as Icebox Hill. And directly in front there, that low orange building is known as Senaduria La Capita. It's one of the more traditional senadurias here in Mazatlan.
Moving over here, you'll see our partial ocean views just to the left of this big tall white building, and to the right of the building as well. Off in the distance is the Sierra Madres. This is looking east. Beyond this mountain range is the state of Durango. Okay, so moving over here, we have actually 3 noteworthy buildings to show you. Right there in the middle is Christ Rey Church, and one of our favorite buildings right here is the Pacifico Brewery. And probably the most noteworthy, though, out of them all is the Mazatlan Cathedral, right in the heart of downtown. That's about 4 blocks away, so as you can see, we're obviously pretty centrally located here. So let's see, let's zoom out just a little bit and give you a view of just nothing in general, just kind of rooftops here, a street down below. And we did promise you our washer and dryer, but there's really not too much to say about that. So that's our utility room right there. So that kind of concludes the tour of what we see from the roof, besides sunrises and sunsets. And that's it. Well, that concludes the tour. Thank you for sticking around, by the way. Again, I'll mention that this place was fully furnished when we moved in.
Even if it does look like the 1980s exploded in here. But I mean, there's probably cheaper out there that we could have gotten. There's definitely more expensive out there if you're willing to pay extra for a gated community, a swimming pool, oceanfront views, especially here in Mazatlan, or a balcony. Back to the balcony. We're back to the balcony again. So yeah, we could have paid more, but for what we're getting, we are perfectly happy. We've been here a year. It suits our needs. And centrally located. I mean, we're loving it. So, well, if you enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe as well. That would mean a lot to us. So please subscribe. And let us know what you thought in the comments below. This is our first video. So yeah, we'd like to hear some feedback from everyone. Thanks, everyone. Thanks a million.